Welcome to Review Nation. Today I'm reviewing W.A.S.P, but the Crimson Idol. This album has such a huge story to it, and there is so much happening within this concept album. Blackie Lawless, who is the mastermind of W.A.S.P, just creates an amazing story, like a movie in your head, as you're listening to this protagonist, Jonathan, going through the trials of life, the trials of his demise. And the overall production on this album is top notch. It really is. You got Blackie Lawless, who is an absolutely incredible vocalist with his dynamic range, his at times incredible gritty voice. And then you got Bob Kulick, who is the lead guitarist on this album. Now, Bob also worked with Kiss as well. He played in a few albums with Kiss uncredited, but then he moved on to W.A.S.P. And Bob Kulick was just showcased in a way on this album that is just purely epic, in my opinion. I love the sound of this album. At times, it's very atmospheric. The soundscapes are really awesome. So it starts off with a protagonist called Jonathan, who is just feeling lost at the moment. There's a lot of things happening to him, and he always looks towards the mirror. And when he looks towards the mirror, he sees himself as an idol. He sees himself as an alter ego. So throughout the years, he slowly grows towards drugs and alcohol. He wants to be the Crimson Idol. He wants to be a huge rock star. You have Chainsaw Charlie, who is actually the record producer of a record company that tells Jonathan that, you know what, you have something. I'm going to sign you up and you're going to produce as many albums as I want. Throughout this album, you see Jonathan slowly decline into a withering entity. I'm not going to tell you what actually happens at the end until later on. We see Jonathan throughout this album really succumb to drugs and alcohol and start to really fall into such a dark place. He ran away from his parents to find stardom, and now he is regretting the moment he ran away. He's regretting the moment he ran away because all he wants is recognition from his parents. And what happens at the end is so damn intense. I want to explain to you that this feels like one whole song because they repeat the same melodies. This is one of the best repetition albums I've ever heard in my life, to be honest, because they repeat the lines, "There is no love to shelter me." They repeat the same sort of melodies throughout this album to really remind the listener that this whole album feels like one whole fucking song and one whole fucking story. So we kick off with the first song, Titanic Overture. Beautiful song overall. I just love how slow calming it is throughout the introduction. Nice growing crescendo towards the growing drums. The drums on this particular song is absolutely epic. Really love the acoustic moments throughout the Titanic Overture. The overall tells you what is to come throughout this album, especially the melodies. After you hear this album so many times, you can definitely sing along with the instrumental section because there are so many different passages that lead on to the lines, "There is no love, where is the love, I wanna be, I don't wanna be." So then it leads on to the Invisible Boy. Much more hard-hitting song, and this is when Blackie really shines throughout this song. I just love the intricate guitar moments by Bob Kulick, who incorporates some really nice guitar moments, and the drum fills throughout this particular song is just absolutely fantastic. Drums are absolutely on fire throughout this song. I just love the arrangement throughout the Invisible Boy, definitely explaining towards the listener what is happening, how he's running away from home, how he's trying to find stardom. You can feel the emotion conveyed throughout Blackie Lawless as he is that protagonist, Jonathan, who also says, "Where is the love? There is no love to shelter me. Only love can set me free." There's a beautiful reverb vocal layering throughout this song and the really nice soft guitar moments as well. Leads on to Arena of Pleasure. One of the weakest songs off the album, in my opinion. Not as catchy as the other songs, but again, it's another killer song. I really love Bob Kulick's moments throughout this song. The overall chord progression as well that leads on to a not so catchy chorus. And Blackie Lawless's vocals throughout this song are really good as well. Leads on to Chainsaw Charlie, Murders in the New Morgue. Murders in the New Morgue. Murders in... That chorus is so damn catchy. This is when Chainsaw Charlie, the record executive, signs up Jonathan and says, you know what, you got talent and I'm going to make you make music and albums over and over again until you burn out. Overall, it's a pretty direct message as well towards listeners, saying that record companies don't care about the artists. They chew you and then they spit you out. That's sort of what Blackie Lawless is saying. And labels don't really care about the actual musicians. They will find someone else once you burn out. This is when Jonathan feels so positive about his life, is that he knows that he is talented. He believes he can take on the load of work that Chainsaw Charlie's going to provide for him. But Chainsaw Charlie is overall such an upbeat song. It really is. Love the guitar moments, love the guitar solos. Throughout this song, and it's got such a really catchy chorus. Leads on to Gypsy Meets the Boy. Again, beautiful melodies throughout the song, much more slower song, but I love the build up of this song, a really nice crescendo. And this is when you see Jonathan say, I want to be the crimson idol of a million eyes. His goal, and he knows he's going to be the crimson idol of a million eyes, because this is when he starts to really become popular. I just love the overall melody, and just take note that I wanna be the crimson idol of a million eyes is showcased in this song, but they changed the words throughout the Great Misconceptions of Me, which is the last song off the album. It leads on to Dr. Rockter. Overall is Jonathan moving towards drugs and alcohol, becoming quite an addict. Do love the overall chord progression throughout this song and how catchy this song is as well. Blackie Lawless uses some really nice dynamic vocals. I just love the overall drumming throughout this song. It's pretty intense, and Doctor, help me please. Oh, Doctor, help me please. Jonathan becomes addicted to drugs and alcohol and starts to have parties, which the manager, Alex Rodman, later on, Jonathan's manager, is pretty pissed off about. Leads on to I Am One. Up there to be one of my favorite songs off the album, not to mention the beautiful melodies throughout this song. This is when Jonathan just is huge across the world, and he is absolutely slaying the charts at the moment. He's got millions and millions of fans. He is a crimson idol, but he's also a growing drug addict as well. And I do love that chorus where there are some really nice gang chants which sound like the crowd. I love the beautiful arrangements throughout this song. It's a pretty badass song, it really is. I'm just a rock and roll nigga. I love that line. Man, his falsetto is absolutely fantastic. Long live, long live, long live the king of... I just love this song overall. It leads on to The Idol, which is probably one of the most epic songs off the album. Where's the love to shelter me? This is when he belts out, where's the love to shelter me? How epic that chorus is as well. Again, they repeat the same line, where's the love to shelter me? Only love, come set me free. I just love the overall build-up of this song as well. Beautiful acoustic moments throughout the song, but you get one of the best guitar solos. The best guitar solo off the album, possibly one of the best guitar solos I've heard for a very long time. It's up there with Voices. It's up there with many other guitar solos. How much emotion is conveyed by Bob Kulick throughout this song is just absolutely fantastic. This is when things start to really turn worse for Jonathan here. He falls into depression, and he always asks this question, where is the love to shelter me? Only love can set me free. Like, he needs some recognition by his parents for them to accept who he is now, since he ran away from home. Love the guitar moments. I just love the overall song. Leads on to Hold On To My Heart. Beautiful ballad. This overall leading on to the final moments of Jonathan's life. Beautiful guitar moments and the overall build-up of this song and how beautiful it is. And he talks about his passion. He talks about his flame and that there's no water that can put this flame out. And that's talking about his passion, which is music. This is all about one person pursuing his passion, but then leads on to such a horrible ending now. So there's a time there. Skip to that because there's going to be a big spoiler now. Leads on to the great misconceptions of me. Which is a beautiful, epic song, and this overall ties up Jonathan's demise. They repeat the same melodies over and over again that was previously from the other songs, but they change I Wanna Be to I Don't Wanna Be a Crimson Idol of a Million Eyes. This is when the story is so innovative, his own fans witness his own death. 6 guitar strings, puts it in a noose around his neck and hangs himself in front of a live audience. That's the ending, and the reason why he did that, he wasn't acknowledged by his parents. Because in the song he says, my mama says she don't know me anymore. My fans are gonna see my demise. So damn deep this story is, it really is. But overall, it's such a tight and cohesive album, which is probably one of the best concept albums I've ever heard. In my opinion, it's better than Operation Mindcrime. It really is. The overall story, it's such a beautiful, epic album. I think this is up there to be one of the best concept albums I've ever heard. It's definitely my top 5 concept albums of all time. For this album, I'm going to give this as 9.5 out of 10. One criticism is they do repeat, there's no love to shelter me, I wanna be, I don't wanna be. There is no love to shelter me so many times throughout this album that it does get confusing which songs is which. But like I said, it's like one whole song. It's a solid 9.5. Comment below if you've heard this album, and comment below your interpretation of the album as well. I recommend you listen to this album. And just enjoy what a beautiful heavy metal journey you're about to hear.